Now
Alright.
that I've changed that
Okay,
on the
so let's
mixer.
figure this out. This is like the making a character stream. So, I mentioned earlier that I was going to see what the others make and then like work around that. So we got a demon lord, we got a hero, we got some wild names, and we got a spell sword and a healer. So there's not like a specific niche that I should fill here, I suppose. Although I think I'm not going, man. I think I might go mischief.
Yeah,
I'm trying to decide which thing should I decide on first though. Like, should I pick my archetype? Should I pick my class? I'm tempted to roll for my gift, like do that first, and then work backwards from there.
rolling for the gift and working backwards from there is certainly a choice. Yeah. I think that's not a bad one. I think you do have to choose your attribute first.
Let me get some dice out from my big fucking dice drawer over here.
Oh wow,
You
okay.
can't see it, but I just have like a drawer full of dice up here. I'm trying to find. I'm trying to pick. I got like a ton of D6s, and they're all like only slightly different, which is why choosing between them is so hard. Okay, so if I'm gonna go mischief, what's my mischief gift?
You
Oh.
should have the table there. I do have the general book here, but you can of course use the one that has the goddess gifts in it as well.
Oh yeah, I was using
the one who literally
was,
wrote those.
Yeah, since I'm laying out the new version, I was gonna use the new stuff,
Yeah.
which is great because I not only did I write the new stuff, but I think I just rolled one of them. Well, let me actually check on the table. I was gonna say I'm gonna roll my dice and then I'm gonna decide which number goes first based on what looks cool. But I rolled a 5 and a 6, so either way I'm gonna be like deep into the weird gifts, I think.
Cool. Which ones on your table are 5 and 6?
Oh, actually, not necessarily, because I moved some of them around for layout purposes. So the ones at the end aren't just the DLC ones. So I rolled a 5 and a 6. Which means, let's see, the mischief gifts. So a 5 and a 6 on the new table is the coinage gift, which is I start with 99 materia.
Yep.
Or I can flip it around and say 6-5, which is glitch out, which is one of the new gifts that I wrote because that way we could make the tables line up better.
Yes.
It's a nice surprise.
Do you want to read the text for glitch out for us? So coinage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually,
Materia.
I'll read it out. Although if this is a one shot, I don't know how like useful this is going to be.
Or on the upgrades, yeah, of course. Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Okay, but the description of the new gift, glitch out, is when you upgrade an ability, you may make it glitched by replacing the plus symbol, which is what you put next to an upgraded ability normally, and all of the vowels in its name with an @ sign, with a bunch of symbols like @ sign, hashtag, sense, ampersand, that kind of stuff. So Mana Bolt Plus becomes like, M something and something, just like a bunch of fucked up stuff. When you use a glitched ability, roll a d6. On a 1 to 3, you use the base ability with no upgrades. And on a 4 to 6, it has all 3 possible upgrades at the same time. That is good, except for the fact that this is a one-shot, and I probably will not upgrade a ability before the one-shot ends. And also, coinage is boring for a one-shot. Would you be okay with a reroll? Just doing a little bit of a cheeky reroll.
Go for a reroll. I remember, the last one shot that I ran of this, they got to do a level up just after 2/3 of the way through the session. That's about how long it took them to gain the fight experience that they needed. So they could bring it into the final fight, but it was really just a taste and a teaser.
It's going to be really funny if I do 5 and 6 again. Oh no, 4 and 1.
4 and a 1.
So group chat or mind castle?
Excellent. Group chat here is you can tell
these are both 2 of the newer ones.
Yes.
Group chat is I have a Discord, and my mind castle is I can touch somebody and enter their memories. Okay, I'm going to put this one to I think this time the question is, Would Mind Castle be fun for you?
Mine Castle is always a fun one, but I do want to also say the Sorrowful Sword Sage which is Sithrin, Seamus's character that he is bringing with us, does have Phantom World, where he can also step into other dimensions.
Yeah, I was thinking one shot maybe don't make you do Persona bullshit on top of everything else you had planned. Okay, I'm gonna say that my gift is group chat in that case.
Yeah, fantastic. Let's go and punch that in. I'm sure that really has not narrowed down your decision of archetype or class.
Yeah, well, it's not a chat. It's just the rest of the players plus Lawnriff. But oh man, just having like a chat of a bunch of strangers would be very funny though.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a party of 3, so you can just have 2 regular outsiders in there as well. Almost certainly one of them's
we'll
got to be...
figure it out later.
The Demon Lord does have a secretary.
All right. So my gift is group chat, and also I'm gonna decide my stats now. I said mischief has to be my primary stat if I'm rolling on the mischief table. So I'm gonna go 0 to 5. Left to right.
0 to 5, left to right. 0 mischief, 2 mastery.
No, 0 0 might. 2 mastery, 5 mischief.
Like this?
Yeah.
Great. So basically the inverted version of... Well, not quite inverted, that's 502.
Yeah, basically. I figured this will be nice.
Yeah, okay, everyone else has got might covered. You do not need to ever lift anything, because you've got 2 people here to do the lifting for you.
Oh yeah, although we could be like, the jacked group, just a bunch of sweaty, oily people flexing our muscles, lifting dumbbells. Oh man, I'm having some good character ideas now, actually. All right, but seriously, let's see. I'm gonna go swing around and do archetypes now, because I'm also gonna try to do one that the others haven't done. So first, one of them is the Demon Lord, who they were summoned by evildoers looking for a Dark Messiah, or whatever.
Yep.
And they can have either a goon squad of monsters or a haunted secretary, but I'm not going to do either. The hero was like basically the opposite. They were summoned to do hero stuff, to fight demon lords. And now that I said that out loud, this is going to be a very awkward group.
So,
but regardless,
one secretary, yeah.
So the question is, what else do I want? The other options are the bystander, who is just you got summoned here by accident, which would be a very funny contrast to everybody else. The myth, which is I'm actually one person summoned to this world and also a powerful spirit from the past who shares this body. And then I could also be the reincarnated, which is actually just like an animal or something.
Yeah, you were talking living weapon, so that one was already...
Yeah, I was considering living weapon, although we have a sword sage and a healer, so I don't know if they'll actually use it,
Yeah, definitely.
Or the tragedy, which is just, oh man, grim, dark, edgy stuff.
Edgy angst, absolutely.
Yeah. The healer does have dual wield, so actually, yeah, living weapon might be a good idea.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? I might.
We'll look at the options. We'll see what the mischief option is for living weapon.
I'll also mention they're not ready yet, I believe, but there were going to be 2 more archetypes, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
We are working on...
I feel a little bit bad because I keep pushing you to add more stuff, like just because the layout looks slightly nicer. Like we have new gifts for like every attribute, just because if they had 2 more, it makes the table look cool.
Yes, yeah. And thankfully, it has been stuff that's pretty quick to add. Like it's not taking us the longest amount of time.
And if we have 2 more archetypes, the layout looks really nice. And then, but now I've gotten to the point where if we continue this logic, then you need to, I need to get you to do like 5 more tome tags, like 5 more types of tome weapon.
That one's gonna be hard. It was getting to 13 was tricky, and it was just a dumb number to leave off on.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll we can work it out. I can make pitches, more of my dumbass pitches. But
Yeah.
regardless, okay, I think I'll be, because Araxis has dual wield, I think I will be a living weapon. And if I'm being a living weapon, I should pick the reincarnated as my archetype.
Yeah.
I was intercepted by a summoning spell at the moment of my death. I didn't. I only had a free soul floating around, so I had a new body created for me. But summoning scrolls aren't good at human bodies, so I have something else.
Yes. Yeah, they absolutely.
And I'm a living weapon, I assume.
Yeah.
But I can choose one ability from my archetype.
Yeah. Human partner is generally a useful one for living weapons because you can just make a person to carry you around.
Yeah, but
But
Araxis.
in this instance, since it's another player, you might have to.
Wait. Unless. I wasn't going to bring this up because I feel like I already played out this joke. But do you remember like the 5 jokes that I made about
Yeah.
Jeeves and Worcester and doing that? What if instead of a human partner, I had a valet?
I like the idea. Your human partner is just not someone who wields you at all, but it is someone who like polishes you, carries the.
What if what if Araxis's character has like a caddy? Just like a big golf bag full of swords. I think the long sword for this one, sir.
Fine choice.
On the other hand, Woodland Alliance, like being able to communicate with animals, is very nice.
Yeah, it's definitely one that's beast and monster more aligned, but it could be a weapon for a weapon certainly.
Yeah, this is tricky.
Yeah, I think we have a look at the class and we can come back.
Yeah,
to these
let's
details.
go look at the class first.
Cool.
So, a living weapon.
Yes, a soul formed in the shape of a magical relic. So there are a lot of touchstones for this one. Reincarnated as a sword, that kind of thing.
Hey, you know what? What if I quickly cheekily sent you the PDF, the new one, like the work in progress?
Yeah, you
can show it up a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll do it up to the gifts. So 341. I'll send you a quick PDF. You can see what I've been doing.
Yeah, great. Yeah, you're going to get a satin pillow. It's reminding me of the what game is that where the I think that's a Merkborg thing where the best way to handle cursed weapons is that you hire someone to just carry the cursed weapon around and they're the one that has the curse on them.
Nice. Alright, hang on, where is it? I'm gonna attach this. Alright, there you go, it's... You can have a look at that sticky layout. Go for a rest photo.
Yep. We will have a look at that. Do I have an open with option here? There we go. That's loaded here.
Whoop.
You seeing it?
Yeah, although the blank page is going to be the table of contents probably.
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, this is the new stuff. This is actually my secret plan to get you to not use an all caps font as body text.
Yeah, Wild Words really doesn't look any different between lower and uppercase. So this is an improvement here. So where is the reincarnated? You can see we've used the vending machine from the vending machine anime because it is a living weapon.
Oh man, what if my gift was Truckun, the one that lets me just have a truck, but like because I'm a living weapon, I am the truck. And to like use me, they get in the driver's seat and just like punch that shit.
Yeah. I think
you can see I was thinking of changing the colors of some of these headers just for to make them look nice. But yeah, anyway, here we go.
Yeah, being a truck
A living
really
weapon.
really opens up a lot of problems. It's fun. Especially you mentioned the colossal tag. If you just put that on there,
What
uh,
about a unicycle? Because if you can walk somewhere, you can unicycle there. There's no problem.
that is true. You could be a
But really,
living
no.
living unicycle.
Alright, so I am a living weapon, a soul formed into the shape of a magical relic. And also, let's see my abilities. Weapon form. I choose a weapon form that I take. When someone is wielding me, they get a second turn in initiative order. And also, I can transform into a human briefly. And also, because my highest stat is mischief, I get the mischief ability, I believe, Tag Eater, which
Yes.
means when I encounter a weapon that's the same type as me, I can steal the tags. Now, here is the one thing that I should check. So, Araxis is playing a healer, and their gift is dual wield. I'm checking the exact wording of dual wield for a second. You don't have to scroll for it. I'm finding it.
Yeah.
Okay, all weapons can be dual wielded as if they were small melee weapons. So everything is on the like. There's nothing that says healers can't wield small melee weapons, I suppose. So that's on the table.
Yeah. Araxis on actions. How it works is that the living weapon takes their own action, but it's a combined one where both of you are
Yeah.
moving as one, and it just changes which stats you use for that attack.
Now, on the one hand, if I am a tome gets to do all kinds of like fun magic shit. On the other hand, I want to say large melee just because the mental image of a healer dual wielding weapons and one of them is just like a massive axe or something is very funny.
Yeah, definitely. Like if you do take small melee, you definitely are missing out on some fun opportunities. Araxis's current weapon is a tome, so you've got to imagine book in one hand and then another weapon in the other.
Or two books. Or a gun.
Yeah. Yes, Araxis, you are understanding that correctly. That's absolutely it.
Okay, in that case, Araxis, would you have a preference? Are you proposing that I turn into a gun so you can do the I'm a healer butt jerk?
Uh, Tome and gun is a pretty good combo.
It's one of those books where like it's been hollowed out and then there's a gun inside it.
And yes, so
I've actually made one of those hollow books. It's insanely annoying to get all of the cut pages to line up. But it was worth it. I did it to like an old Microsoft Excel manual from the 90s.
that's a fun
So you're
choice.
like, what's this? Oh, it's nothing. It's hollow.
Yeah.
I am a gun. Do I start with a range tag?
Yes, you do. And the range tags, we do have gun specific ones from the Goddess's book.
Yeah. Although I made the new PDF. I made tables for it, but we need more weapon tags to make the tables line up properly. So,
Yeah, right.
whoops. Anyway, I'm gonna roll the dice. It's gonna be really funny if I roll higher than 4 both times because, like, I've just got a bunch of X's on this table. Oh, fuck off!
What did you get?
I manifested it. Apparently, I got 4 and 5,
Again,
which
wow.
means the table. I don't think it's in the PDF that I sent, but the new table doesn't go that far because we need more tags. Quick, do you have any tag ideas?
Yeah, just generating them up on the spot and slapping
Yeah,
them onto yourself.
quick, chat. Give me an idea for a weapon tag.
Well, Araxis asked, do you want to be a pistol or a giant anti-material rifle? So, that's...
I mean,
Well, hang on. We've just looked at the range tags. We haven't looked at general tags. You can absolutely start with one of those. And that...
4 and 5. Okay. Same problem.
Same problem.
Yeah, so the problem is there are 6 tags in each category in the core book, and then Goddesses adds 3 to 6 tags in each. But since we're making like nice, neat little roll tables for them, in the new book, there needs to be multiples of 6. So General has 3 empty spots that need filling, and ranged has 4 to 6. I could just like reroll. I don't really care.
Yeah, I think go ahead and reroll, and we'll just work with the ones we've already got.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna roll. Actually, no. I was gonna say I'll roll 1 die, but I'll do 2 just in case. And
Yes,
if one of
Casa,
them's too high,
it is
if one of them's too,
D66.
if one of them's too high, I'll just reroll that one.
Yeah.
1 and 4. There we go. So I can be either bloody, if we're doing general tags, or it could be a moonstone weapon.
Moonstone.
Or if we use ranged tags, I can use ammo reload. Like it deals 5 damage, but it needs an action to reload. Or accurate. This weapon still does 1 damage to the target on a failed roll. I feel like being silly and going with accurate might be better. And rather than making it Araxis reload me constantly.
Yeah. Now, accurate works for a lot of weapons. It also kind of works for a lot of the time, like when I think about Lancer and the kind of weapons that still do 1 damage even when you miss. That tends to be the assault rifles.
Would you like a rifle, Araxis? A magic rifle?
Yeah. I'm trying to visualize you in my head as someone who has been. Yeah, I'm good for that.
Yeah, alright, so we've got almost everything now, actually. This also doesn't really help me with reincarnated, but that's fine.
So, reincarnated.
Well, technically, okay. Would you like to hear my goofy idea?
Absolutely.
Okay, so the idea, if I was going to do living weapon, the idea that I was considering was that my character is a VTuber who got reborn as like their VTuber avatar. And also a gun, I guess.
And also a gun.
So, if I say, I could always say that my avatar had cat ears and then pick a woodland alliance. And I mostly talk to cats.
You are the gun that communes with nature. You're the cat gun.
I was considering another pitch where I'm stealing an idea from a webtoon where I can talk to swords and then like swords have personalities and stuff. But
that's fun. That's fun.
But I'm not a sword. I'm a gun. There aren't other guns.
You can talk to other guns, but you've just never met one.
Oh what the hell? Oh no! Don't look at reincarnated in the new PDF. One of the. There we go. One of the text boxes was misaligned slightly.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh no! 2 of them are misaligned slightly. There we go.
It's alright. We'll clean it up. The gun is giving Skippy. But yeah, you're right. Weapon form and human form, like living weapon, while it's based on a lot of Isekai stuff, I also had Soul Eater in mind while I was making it. And so I did want that element where, like, at least temporarily, you can become a person who can walk around and, do things. I'm just, like, imagining cool combat scenes where you're fighting with your weapon and you, like, throw the weapon and it transforms back into a person. And then they run around and do something before jumping back into weapon form again.
Yeah, I can do that. Oh man. Sorry, I'm just struggling with these text boxes. What have I done here? There we go. I must have accidentally moved something without looking. Alright, so...
How well does this copy and paste over at the moment? That's pretty well.
Yeah.
There we go, so we know that's going to be ranged.
And Tag Eater as well.
Tag Eater as well.
Yeah. Although, can I eat tags from any ranged weapon? Any ranged weapon?
Yes. Yeah, you can. The same type as you. Yeah, by the same type, I do mean ranged weapons.
Okay, great.
So I think it makes sense we can find a bow early on, and you can eat the bow.
I guess under weapons, I just put myself ranged as accurate. I'm a gun.
Gun accurate. Great. Yeah. I'll come up with a name for this gun now. What do you when you picture yourself visually?
Okay, that's a good question.
What
Okay,
does a cat gun look like? Is like calico pattern or?
I wasn't actually set on cat, but now that you've said the phrase cat gun, I'm leaning towards it now. Oh man. All right. Let me look up cat breeds. Oh, wait. If there's a gun called Calico, I'll just go with that.
Calico. Calico is more of a color of cat. The ones that are like orange and white and darker splotchy patterned cats, that's calico. Oh, there is a type of gun called a calico.
Oh, type of gun. Oh, as long as they do some kind of rifle.
Oh, it's a brand, of course.
For Rexus.
There we go. We have made a reference without even realizing it.
All right, perfect. Let's see. I don't start with material or XP. Do I start with items? No.
No. Really, you are the item. What we agreed that Woodland Alliance was the one we are putting on here.
Yeah, Woodland Alliance. I can talk to animals. Okay, so here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta find a VTuber name that's about cats and isn't taken already.
You've set a very high challenge level for yourself there. Cool. So just talk through this, because this is a bit of a tricky one. In this form, both you and your wielder can spend your HP as SB. So I know that Araxis, the Crystal Guardian, Alexandra, does have a bunch of SP-based abilities for white magic, and so they'll also be able to cast healing magic out of you and your SP pool.
Okay, so basically I'm a submachine gun. Okay.
Yeah, having looked at the photo of this thing, it's a very Halo-looking weapon. Like, I'm sure I've used this one in Halo 2 lobbies before.
Okay, so I'm a sci-fi tactical VTuber.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I would. Listen, I can absolutely picture that already. Like the tactical cyberpunk camo, the holographic glasses.
Oh man, so cyberpunk names are on the table.
Mm.
For the record, I'm gonna also ask, would it be possible if for like my VTuber avatar to appear as like a little hologram sitting on my wielder's shoulder or something?
Yeah, I like it as something that projects out of the gun.
Just like a little shoulder angel.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah, I know how you write cyberpunk names, so this could go off the rails very quickly.
Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed because for Hardwired Island, for like a minor character, I came up with the name Hoovy and Trekker, but apparently like neither fandom has been up to much lately, so the name doesn't work as well.
Yeah, that is true. They have not.
Yeah, I'm looking at names that mean cat. It's not actually helping that much. Oh, we can set it aside for later. Let's see. Not much else to do. I don't think I start with items. I think I just get them later on. And for portrait, I'll just use like Packery or whatever later.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't have to put one of
Wait.
those together now. Wait.
I forgot. before while I was joking about doing the Jeeves thing here, we were also talking about Italian catgirls.
Yeah, we can absolutely come full circle on that.
Do that joke, mamma mia. That's the entire joke. I said the joke, so I can't do it now. It's alright.
For what it's worth, I do think that is an interesting combo. If you did go with the valet and you were a gun, it is just someone specifically who polishes and maintains the gun.
I am up for that if you think it would be cool, I guess.
Yeah, Woodland Alliance.
Araxis agree it would be cool.
Woodland Alliance also cool. I do have to think about and manage the number of side characters that I've got to step in and portray. That is something I've had with some party builds in this game, where you just end up with, you have the party, and then there is like 7 people following the party around. Because they've gone for like the monster minions.
I'm running a Spelljammer game at the moment, and they have like an NPC crew, although they don't drag them on the actual adventures, so it's not too bad. But I let them like decide what half the crew is like, and they're all like, "Oh, what if Bocce was a ranger?" I'm like, okay, well, fuck you, but also, yeah, that sounds great.
That is another person for the group chat. You are correct there.
I'm not actually gonna do a Jeeves bit here, because I think that only works if I'm playing like a well-meaning but bumbling upper class rich guy. Which doesn't fit here.
Yeah, I reckon double down on woodland animals, double down on the cat thing.
Yeah, I will double down on the cats.
Where does the Jeeves and Wooster stream start? Sorry, I haven't downloaded any of it ready to go.
Yeah, am I the only person here who's seen it? Maybe.
I've now gone and watched a bit of it. I've been watching YouTube clips.
It's nice. The whole series is on YouTube, actually. Yeah, it's good.
I've been imagining you watching it on like Blu-ray or Laserdisc or something.
No, I'm too lazy. If I want to watch a DVD, I have to actually like physically find my DVD player and plug it into my computer. Because fancy new computers don't have like drives anymore for some reason.
Yeah, I was wondering if I made a bit of an oversight. I built my computer without any kind of disk drive in it, and there's been a couple of moments where I was like, I really wish I just had a disk drive that I could put a CD or DVD into.
And also, I'm trying to think what can I use to make the portrait while we're here?
Up to you. There's USB disk drives. That is good to know. A lot of people kind of just send me.
Yeah, that's what I got. It's like a USB thing. I just have to find it. I don't know where it is.
Dragon's Dogma 2 character creator. This serious answer there. It's alright. There was a post going around about how there was like, oh, if you're someone who regularly commissions art, you should just download the Dragon's Dogma 2 character creator as its own thing, and just make all the characters in there, because it's got a ridiculous number of options, and you can basically make anything that looks like what you want the person to draw.
Alright, send me a link and... Oh, fuck, I just looked into the Discord and I saw the Skippy again. God damn it, I've made Skippy. No! It's okay. Okay, I'm trying to think of a good first name for a cyberpunk character. Something stupid. A serial killer. Nah, it's taken.
Give me your best list of futuristic Italian names.
Fucking... What's that? Did you ever play Delta V?
No, I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, it's like from the 90s, actually. It's like, hold on. Let me check if that's the year. Yeah, it's by Bethesda, but it was in like 1994.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Lupacino. That is Little Wolf in Italian.
Yeah, no, So Delta V is a 1994 game by Bethesda, and it's basically you run around and you shoot things in a spaceship. But really, what you're doing is hacking companies on not the internet, but the Gaijoku SenseNet in the year because the internet was too simple. It's not cyber enough. But anyway, the main thing I remember from it now is it has like a list of corporation names, and they all look like someone randomly generated them. It's like, oh yeah, Nintendo, Archon, Synthtech, but then some of them have just like really weird names like Incel, which just aged so poorly.
Yes, no,
And
I
Eugenics. Also, Black Sun, which is weird because Black Sun is like a major corporation in the story of the game, but it's also kind of not great, like iconography-wise, is it?
Yeah.
Lupicino, Little Wolf.
I think
It's a very funny name
good.
for like a cat girl VTuber.
Yeah, you do have to clarify. It's not a wolf. It's not a wolf gun. It is a cat gun.
I'm looking at surnames. The surnames have to be like gratuitous Japanese, obviously, unless it's the first name.
I do think Rara Panthera is taken, but
Wait, hold on. I'm typing out my character's first name. I've had a brainwave.
oh no. Winter meow.
It's like, get it? Get it? It's fucking Neuromancer. Is that a fucking Neuromancer reference?
It is. Yep. No,
yes.
That's good. I like it.
Yes. That was definitely worth stalling for 15 minutes. Oh no. But yeah, now I need like some kind of goofy surname. Anyway, I'm sure every player's happy with saying fucking Winter Meow.
And of course, like, you're a regular person who died, so this is just a brand new one that you've... Oh, sorry, no, it was your VTuber name back when you were a person before you died because you were hit by a truck.
Yeah, although it might not have been written by me. My understanding is that most corporate VTubers, like, they don't decide their avatar, right? Like, they decide the avatar first and then recruit people for it or something, I think.
Yeah, that is normally the direction of things. They have the avatars and then see who they can match to it.
Okay, I'm going with what Araxis said. My name is Winter Meow Protagonist. Or maybe should it Meow for short? There we go. It's not actually, abbreviated like that, but who cares? No one's gonna care.
Cool. Perfectly fits in the box here.
Alright.
Unlike someone over here who's gone for a name that scrolls all the way over here.
Yeah, what were the other character names? We got fucking...
Crystal Guardian Alexandra Amethyst, although Araxis was throwing around alternate crystal names and crystal genres.
And then is Sorrowful Sword Sage like a name or a description, or like a title or a description?
I think it is both.
Oh no, I like it. I'm the only normal person here, said the cat girl gone.
I like the demons are almost certainly referring to them as Lord Sorrowful Sword Sage. Which I'm going to have to get better at saying, because I just tripped over my tongue even trying to get that out.
Sorrowful Sword Sage.
Lord Sorrowful Sword Sage.
Would it help if you pronounced sword like sword? Let's see. Sorrowful Sword Sage. No, that doesn't help at all.
Might have made it worse.
Alright, did you say there was a character creator I should take a look at? For portraits? Or did I miss here?
Dragon's Dogma 2, I believe you can... I found There's like people have just separated it out as its own thing rather than buying the game for it.
I'm gonna Google it. Oh no, it's like for making 3D people.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make an anime.
Mm. True, you could probably just make like a Picru or something like that, or find something else.
Yeah, I haven't used Picro in ages though. I usually just steal art.
Give me a best how to draw manga. You're okay at drawing, aren't you? Actually.
Um, I have a drawing tablet and I can definitely make lines on it and arrange them into the shapes of things.
Mm.
That's yeah, it's technically
Do some webcomic type
on.
stuff.
I am an artist on paper.
Cool. I'm just looking through the Sorrowful Sword stages. The Might one here is Spectral Barrage, which is where you are summoning a storm of spectral blades in the air and just turning them into a huge hurricane, which is a fun one to have. Makes you quite dangerous to stand nearby. Okay, Araxa says the Code Vein character creator. I have used that one. That also definitely gets you in the right genre. Because have you played Code Vein?
No, it is on my wish list, but
Yes.
I remember something about giving blood in anime nurses.
Yeah, you are vampires, but it's also a post-apocalyptic society. So everyone is kind of dressed like they are in Fallout, but also gothic, but also anime. There's a lot going on at the same time.
Jeez. Actually, no one else has a portrait. Why am I bothering at this?
What else has a portrait are you thinking of? Tower of Fantasy.
I feel like everyone's imagining like way more complex portraits than I had in mind.
Yeah, well, you say way more complex, but you were a gun that is also a holograph, that is also a cat
Yeah,
girl.
but for my portrait, all I need to do is like make a cat girl. That's really easy.
Yeah, your character creator for this is actually Counter-Strike.
Every time I look at the Discord again, I see fucking Skippy. Oh my god. Oh goodness, give me a second.
I haven't. That's from Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
I haven't played it, but I don't know the Skippy bit. I'm not familiar with Skippy.
He's a gun.
He's a gun.
He's a wonderful gun. I mean, it's been a while. I can't actually remember his exact thing anymore. Oh no. Yeah. Oh, I could also base it on what's it fucking called? The Borderlands one, Berganella.
Yes. Okay.
Berganella's thing is just it's a shotgun with a voice like a very Australian person who wants to see explosions. Just fucking screaming all the time. I didn't think you'd appreciate that actually.
It might be a little too much screaming for the stream. Yes.
Yeah. Well, actually, is there anything that you'd like to ask me about my character besides what I look like?
Yeah. We can ask some questions like that. When you first got summoned into the world.
Yeah, we don't have a backstory at the moment.
Yeah. What kind of place do you think that you landed? Was it out in the wilderness?
That's a very bad spot for a living weapon to appear, isn't it?
You just appeared. Appearing inside an item shop is a fun place for you to appear, actually.
Fucking the city of Gherkin.
Yes, Gherkin.
That stream was 2 years old. No.
The city of Gherkin, which is full of black market and shady dealers.
Oh yeah, I feel bad about that. So I don't think I mentioned it. Well, I mentioned it to you, but I haven't like posted about it. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with it, but just for fun, I was making like a little fan booklet for the game about a location that I made up for the stream that I did 2 years ago. It's the city of Gherkin, basically. And so I wrote it up. I was like, oh man, I can't remember much about it, except that they had strong opinions on adventurers. So I thought it might be fun to say, maybe the city of Gherkin is where adventurers who don't want, like summoned people who don't want to be adventurers or who have had enough of adventuring go to like retire and open businesses that remind people of Earth and just like have fun, that kind of stuff. Then I decided, fuck it, I'm going to watch the stream again. So I watched the stream again. And the one fact I established about Gherkin is that they hate adventurers over there.
Right.
I can write around it. I'm pretending it was actually just like a faction of people. Oh yes, that's why they hated adventurers, because the people from Earth kept hearing the kingdom of Gherkin and immediately being like, oh man, the city that turned into a pickle, funniest shit I've ever seen. Just endless fucking cucumber jokes until people lost their shit. But I am gonna do item shop. Actually, I like the sound of an item shop. I actually had a D&D game once where someone played a living weapon, sort of. But the problem was, so I don't want to. I feel weird, like talking smack about this guy. Basically, is essentially what I'm about to do, because this was like 3rd edition, right? So this was like 10 years ago or more at this point. But it was like a really old game, and this guy was a really good player, except he could never be serious, right? Like, he was always making jokes. If you try to like set the scene with like a dramatic description or something terrible or scary happening or whatever, he would want to immediately just like shout a joke out. And I actually one time I wrapped a campaign, and like at the end he started doing it in like during like the final encounter, and that was when I decided not to invite him anymore. I feel bad, but I did actually invite him back once or twice after that. And one time what he decided to do was, and the group was already familiar with him, basically. Like they knew him, they'd played with him before. They were like, all right, let's see what he does this time, maybe it'll be different. And he's like, I'm going to play a talking scythe. And obviously the question is like, so do you have a character sheet, or are you literally just like writing +2 keen scythe down or whatever the fuck? And he was like, no, yeah, that's it. I'm an intelligent weapon, and I'm gonna, mystery science theater 3000. I'm gonna do that for the campaign. Yes. The players were very excited for it, and by excited I mean they found him on a shelf and they left him on the shelf, and they left.
You can't make us pick you up.
And he couldn't. And that was it. Like, they didn't pick him up. They didn't want to pick him up, so that was the end of his character, because they weren't fucking taking him with them. And I wasn't gonna sit around and be like, okay, so you're on a shelf. What do you do now? Well, I guess I sit here, I feel kind of bad for it, 'cause like I said, the guy was a perfectly fine dude. He was funny. It was just no. So I'm gonna pay tribute to him, and I'm gonna do. I appeared in an item shop, and I don't know. Did I bother someone into buying me, or did I bother the shopkeeper until they put me on sale? Is the question.
That's a fun option, because like you could have, you must have been kept under like lock and key in a gun safe or something, because otherwise you could have just jumped out and left.
Actually, yeah, what is like? Is there like a protocol for what happens when you're running like a weapon shop or an item shop or something, and like a living weapon appears? Oh god, it's rest here.
Yeah. I don't know what the way you're supposed to take care of that is, but it is Gherkin, so they would probably also completely ignore the rules around that, and they'd be like, I'm not, this is a weapon, I'm not letting it walk out. But you could absolutely be annoying enough to get yourself heavily discounted. Oh no,
on the other hand,
it's just introduced slavery. Oh no, it specifically says in the core book, don't do that.
maybe what happens is usually the shopkeeper will like give the living weapons some, a nice accommodation, like temporary accommodation or something, and maybe like work out a deal with somebody. Try to get them not to be mean, but try to be nice about it. Oh, I mean, really, there's nothing stopping me from just like assuming human form and fucking leaving. If we're being honest.
Yeah, the second the gun safe opens, you just like jump out and transform and tackle the owner.
Yeah.
Talking weapon adoption center. That's
Although I
fun.
think
You're like a
as a living
Neopet at
weapon, I
that point.
think. Yeah, I think as a living weapon, I can only be a living weapon for like a short period of time each day. Like I can only be human. Sorry.
Yes, that's right. Outside of combat, you can hold the form for a few minutes before you need to rest and recover.
Yeah. So in. Yeah, maybe I just hung out at the store every so often. Did Araxis's character find me, the Crystal Guardian?
Yeah, that makes sense. The Crystal Guardian's probably been walking around for a while doing some other stuff. Dropping into weapon stores, has had the dual wield ability, so is looking for something big and cool and flashy to actually use the gift on.
Yeah.
So
And then, sees a living weapon. Been like, hey, what's up? Maybe a little VTuber hologram. Bump it around.
smiting people with magic and bullet.
Okay, yeah, so I appeared in an item shop and I could leave anytime I wanted, but it was nice and comfy, I suppose. Yeah, that makes sense. Any other backstory questions I should think about?
I'm just thinking about how the Crystal Guardian actually wields you. Whether, because assault rifle is typically a two-handed weapon, whether this is like book open in one hand and then just like the gun in the other spraying around, or if it's more of a Vampire Survivors situation where the book like floats around while the gun's in use.
I'm up for either. I'm up for either, actually. Like, I'll ask what Araxis prefers.
Yeah, it could be an Araxis decision, absolutely. Says dual wielding, definitely holding. In one hand. The gun and the book are both in the same hand.
I found it pickery, by the way. You're in trouble now. Giving myself protagonist here.
Imagine the gun has just got like a little book stand on top of it, like you might put sheet music on top of. And so it's like looking down into the side of the gun, except instead of a sight, it's just an entire magic tome that's open there. Cool. Good to hear that you have found some images here. How many weapons can you stack on a gun?
I've got an idea. It's one day I just like come up to Araxis with blueprints and I'm like, check this out, and it's just like a diagram of a gun with a sword tapes to it. I'm like, I call it a blun. It's like blade and gun. Get it? Brain genius.
Wielding is just casting telekinesis on one hand. Well, actually, yeah, maybe I had this mixed the wrong way around, because I do love in anime when someone has a bunch of floating guns that they can summon.
Oh shit! I forgot to put cat ears on my. Wait, does this generator have cat ears? I should have checked for cat ears first thing, actually. Oh no.
It would be shocking if a Picru character generator did not have cat ears in it. I think they would have to order that one and throw it out.
Oh, it's okay. We're good. We got it. I'm trying to make the worst looking cat person possible.
I'm very much looking forward to seeing this.
There we go. I like the idea that I came up with a blueprint for like a sword tapes to a gun, and then you were like a bayonet, and I was just immediately devastated. Oh, you're right. Ruined my day forever now.
Back to the drawing
Sorry,
board.
I'm taking my sweet time with this, aren't I?
Come back
There's so many options to pick from.
Come back the next day and it's the same blueprint, except you put an axe on the bottom instead.
Ooh, that could work.
I've seen pictures of similar stuff, like American Civil War era tools, where it's like a blunderbuss type thing, but it's got an axe on the side, so you can also use it as a multi-tool.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait. What kind of weapon is the tool tag for? Is it small melee? Shit.
Wield it as though you're a small melee. It doesn't mean that small melee rules have to apply to you. You still are a ranged weapon, first and foremost.
Alright.
I think the accurate tag actually really works for this, because if you've got holograms and projectors you can do and things like that, you probably can pull up like holographic targeting receptacles. I think this might be Gun Gale Online. Did we just make Gun Gale Online?
Possibly. Oh man, it's like a million fucking options of this thing, sorry.
You're right.
Alright, let's see, what else is there to think about? Backstory-wise. There aren't like a lot of, like, named kingdoms and things, are there? Although, people might be adding them from the campaign.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. The intent of like the original book creation was just, you know what a fantasy isekai world is like. It's the same as every other fantasy isekai world. Just like jump into it. You don't need to spend a bunch of time establishing stuff. But yeah, for like more like campaign length stuff, I think it is fun to have ideas like that. Like I was running a play-by-post version of the game actually. We're in the Kingdom of New Life, and my concept of New Life is that it used to be the capital of the Crypt Lord's nation, back when he had this nation of undead. And so all of the people there were trying to shake off the reputation they had as the evil capital and try and reinvent the town a bit. But they still had this cult of arch-lich worshippers there who were, like, they proselytize about the benefits of becoming a zombie or becoming a skeleton.
Oh man, I know exactly what you mean with like the round city. Actually, so I mentioned I was doing a write-up of the kingdom that I used in my stream game. There's one page where, like, as a placeholder, I just pasted an image I found of just the round city from all those like fucking anime. Have you seen what we're talking about, Nick?
Yeah, I've seen. There are posts of that just show you screenshots of it from all these different anime, and it's all the same one pretty much.
Yeah, it's like is it the same artist? Are they tracing it? Like, what are they doing?
Maybe they got tight budgets and not a lot of time to make this anime. Why would you waste a bunch of time redesigning a city aerial shot?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's like, oh man, I've messed this up in the background. But yeah, it's like I don't think it's a reference. I didn't think it's a reference of an Earth location or anything. It's just a lot of isekai anime, like the kingdom that they hang out in. It's like a circular city with like a wall around it, and then there'll be like a river going through it with a little bend in the river. And every time it's like drawn, it's obviously not like, it's not just a copy pasted image. They've redrawn it every time, but then, you know, in fact, you know what, here, look at this shit in the Discord. This is what I mean. Konosuba, Shield Hero, Kenjin and Mago, they're like all this it's the same city. It's the same city.
It is.
I'm pretty sure it's not even like the only examples you can find. Actually, were you adding kingdoms to this because of like the backers who backs to add a kingdom, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Do every single city as just like a round
Yeah, you're not allowed to pick what the city looks like because it does look like this, like every single other one of them.
I'm trying to decide if my character should have like a hoodie with a ribcage on it or not.
I found some suggestion that it might be a city in Germany. Is
Why? What? Like, why? Why are people just like going on looking at this German shit and going, "Oh wow, that's so isekai."
Yeah, nailed it. Perfect design. Although I found there's also a bunch of examples of star-shaped cities in different anime.
That's a weird one. Okay, this isn't perfect because, well, it's terrible. But I'm nearing the end of my quest to make a terrible looking VTuber avatar. There's not a lot of cyberpunk options going on here, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it might be Star Forts, but there were also some real life cities designed that way. Probably not so many left anymore. I know Spain's got a lot of old like fortress cities and fortress towns there that you look at, and it's very hard to imagine living there because we live in Australia and the city here is just it's a bunch of houses until there's a bunch of buildings, and when you reach the edge of it, it just stops and turns into bushland.
Okay, here we go. Here's my incredible avatar that I made by googling the words VTuber Pikachu. Is it Pikachu or Pakaru?
Pikachu is how I've always pronounced this.
Yeah. And that's gonna be my character unless I can find. Oh yeah, it says do not steal. Does this count as stealing? There you go. I made a terrible avatar. There weren't that many like actual cyberpunk options, so I just picked whatever looks stupid and edgy. What if I commission a character really quick? Just I'll pay someone in the background $20 to draw a cyber cat girl. Not right now, obviously. Okay, hold on. Which German city is this allegedly? Oh, apparently there was one that is inspired like Attack on Titan.
Nordlingen, yes, I did read about that one.
Yeah, although I don't know. I don't know if VTuber avatars are allowed to have T-shirts promoting other VTubers on them. Alright, anyway, okay, so there's my character. I was a VTuber. How did I die? I got hit by an ice cream truck. I got decapitated by a badly made water slide.
Oh my god, yeah. That's grim.
I got what was that one TV character? I got hit by a toilet seat from a space station.
I do not know that one. Toilet seat from a space station?
I got eaten. Yeah, it fell from the sky and crushed my head. Mosh pit at the VTuber concert. Nah, that's grim.
I don't know.
Oh wait, what's the isekai one where you die from overwork and then you decide I'm gonna go take it easy and be a gun?
Yes, that is Dead Like Me is the toilet seat murder.
Yeah, that one. Man, what are other ways I could get my character could die? Let's see. So many choices. Killed by a cop who thought I was a dog.
Oh no, Christ.
Which is ironic because I was a cat. No, that's terrible.
Yeah, streaming too hard, absolutely. You committed yourself to doing an endurance stream.
Die of stream too hard.
And after 4 consecutive days of Minecraft, your brain caved in.
Battery on reward. Good lord. Oh man, let's see. Late lung cancer?
Assassination is one I want to put on the table.
It's one of those, yeah, assassination. It could be one of those. You know how there's like a few isekais where the character already had magic powers when they get sent over.
Mm.
Like I think the one with there's like the webtoon with the guy who had the power to like get the abilities of creatures he ate, and he was like being pursued by the cops for various reasons. There was that one where like a guy was being held by like an SCP Foundation type entity because had the power to kill people, that kind of stuff. Anyway, what if it was that, but it was like my power was just like exploded, and not like repeatedly, just like once, and then done.
You've got a Voltorb situation going on.
Oh man, assassination is actually kind of funny. Who did it? Was it a corporation?
You got swatted.
VTuber corporations going too far. Was it Heartful Hadley?
Oh.
God, V Killer reference.
Actually, yeah.
Did I mention I'm writing a V Killer light novel?
Yeah, it's.
It's going.
I've heard ideas from it. It sounds very good so far.
Yeah, with characters with like normal traits going on. The problem is, I have to write a character specifically to kill them and then make the audience feel bad about it, which is like it's a writing challenge. Oh man, yeah. What if like I lived in a slumlord's apartment and like someone's bathtub crashed through the ceiling?
Yes, the entire building like creaking and falling apart around you, and you didn't notice because you had your headphones on and streaming.
What if I went outside and 37 trucks fell out of the sky, killing me instantly?
Well, many good options. Maybe too many to choose from. I
I'll
guarantee the
I'll
other
choose
two
one before the
players.
stream.
The other two players have probably not thought about their death this hard.
Peanut allergy. That's another good one.
Touched grass, anaphylactic shock.
One of those things where like my character went to a restaurant and it was like one of those times where like the waiter doesn't actually believe that you have an allergy and they decide to like serve you food anyway. And so I got served an allergen and I died. I'm trying to imagine the person who makes it to like, however, like, my character must be an adult of some kind, right? Like a young adult, I assume. But imagine getting that far without finding out you have like a grass allergy. Where did I live? Like the fucking desert? Was I on the moon?
You have just never gone outside for long enough for it to have come up.
I mean, what if I was a hikikomori or whatever? Like I lived in my bedroom 24/7, and then like after several years of that, I stepped outside and I tripped and I hit my head on a step.
Yeah. Honestly, I think like if you lived in like central Tokyo or something like that, and the only
is a cyberpunk setting an option? Like, could it have been Earth in the future and it was cyberpunk?
Yeah, listen, that is it. I think I've mentioned a couple of times in the book that not everyone is summoned from the same place.
Yeah, I was in cyberpunk land and I got killed as part of a hit.
Yeah.
I was one of those pizza delivery people who have to worry about getting shot on the job.
It's mostly because one of my new favorite isekais, they're chilling in another world with my level 2 cheat powers, where the guy has just been isekai'd from another fantasy world. So he was already a fantasy guy, but...
There's one isekai, like, I don't like the actual story because it gets very, like, edgy and, like, rapey, honestly. It's very dumb. But the actual premise, I think, is very funny. It's just basically a guy gets summoned, he gets a power from, like, the reincarnation goddess, and then he goes to an isekai world or whatever, and then like not 2 minutes later he finds himself standing in front of the goddess again, and it turns out because of some weird bullshit that's going on, he is just getting summoned to multiple worlds repeatedly, but like every single time that happens he has to go through like the reincarnation deity and get another cheat power, and they're like, why are you back?
Oh, and he just keeps stacking up cheat powers on cheat powers. Yeah, right. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the vision.
I feel really bad about it because there's one in the middle where like someone basically uses their life force to summon him to like save an ancient order of magic or whatever. But then he just gets summoned away again anyway, so it was just a complete waste.
That's I should think about that for the Oracle, the new archetypes we're looking at, because the idea for one of them is someone who already knows things about Saria. And one of the options there was that Saria was like a video game or like a book series or an anime where they
Oh,
come
you should
from.
pull out my sheet, by the way.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
But yeah, so what are you thinking of there? So the Oracle, what's the Oracle's deal?
Yeah, the Oracle is just someone who has pre-existing knowledge of Saria that they can use. So yeah, one of the options would be that it was a franchise in their world, and so they know stuff about it in the same way as your own cringe wizard thing. But we're more thinking of like omniscient reader's viewpoint and that kind of story.
Yeah.
And then the other angle is that it's someone who has been reincarnated before and is like in a much broader time loop. They've lived through the summoning crisis before.
Like they get, it's like, I think it's called a returner normally, where they go back in time.
Returner.
Usually about 10 years.
Yeah. Would it be too broken to let that person get a second gift?
It's a good question.
Because that'd be fun, because maybe when they got reincarnated next time, Lorna did accidentally end up, or like on purpose ended up giving them a second gift.
I don't know. It depends how. It depends.
Yeah, I don't know. It's because I don't know. Not all returner stories work like that. The other proposed archetype is a much more straightforward one. I wanted to do a bunch of reincarnate as a noble stories, where you're like, I'm now the son of a household that's going broke, so I need to learn magic. And then the options there would be like one of them's your regular noble, and then the other option there would be villainess specifically.
Nice.
Yeah, Araxis, that's definitely what I'm thinking. There would be the two options underneath the one archetype.
Yeah. I like the returner idea. I'm flip-flopping on whether I want to suggest something that like represents the fact that you're doing in a time loop, where like every so often you can just like get a new gift and say, yeah, this is the gift I have this time. The whole run just happened. You missed it. That might be too silly though. Yeah. It's just because I like I mentioned this to you before, but I'm going to mention it because I'm going to stream now. It's just The Warrior Returns. It's a webtoon that I really like. Even though it's a little bit edgy sometimes, I suppose. It's basically a bunch of people get isekai'd into different settings and then come back with like their cool powers or whatever. But one of them comes back to discover that his parents are dead and all of this other stuff, bad stuff has happened to him to ruin his life. And he basically loses it and starts killing everybody. So like, and the deal is basically everyone came from a different genre. Like he's like a straightforward fantasy isekai guy, so he has like a magic armor and magic sword and everything. There's like a magical girl who went to a candy world, and now she has like candy beams and rainbows and all of this stuff. But apart from that, she's just like a normal person. And then there's like one guy whose thing is he came from more or less a trash light novel. With her, like, you know, one of those ones where, like, I went somewhere and got a OP power and did all this stuff, blah blah blah. And his thing is just every time he basically has save point where like every time he dies he can go back and redo stuff. But then like during the story he keeps using it for stupid things. Like in his world you could like craft magic items, and like the first time he crafts something you get like a +1 sword or whatever, and then you could try to make it like a +2 sword. And you could just like keep going with that, but every time you do it, the chance that the weapon breaks increases. So what he was doing was just crafting stuff over and over, and every time the weapon broke, he just eat a gun.
Save scumming, of course.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's just, yeah, I just there's like a bunch of times where he basically just shoots himself in the head to get out of a minor inconvenience, and it's very funny. And he's just like really nonchalant about it. Sometimes just like talking to people who know what his power is. He's just like, yeah, I'll be right back. Yeah, but maybe don't do that one.
Yeah, I think reroll gift is an interesting one. I'll see if I can make that work in there. I want to also say thank you very much to Casa. I just saw the pledge there. That is very much appreciated. We are up at 80%
Nice.
now. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think a lot of the Returner stuff these days is hunter stories, like that isekai subgenre, I suppose.
What do you mean?
So the hunter genre is those stories where like it's set on Earth, but then like a bunch of portals appear and RPG monsters come out, and like some people get cool magic powers that also
Yeah,
are
gate
based on
stuff.
RPG
Yeah,
stats.
yeah.
It's there aren't a lot of anime about it yet, but Solo Leveling just came out. I think there's going to be a lot more, I reckon. But a lot of them, the gimmick is specifically the main character is from like usually about 10 years in the future. So he uses his knowledge of like what dungeons are going to appear and what items are going to be in them, all that kind of stuff, to just get ahead.
Yeah, and yeah. The idea that the ability for that archetype, that option there, was going to be that you do get to choose events that happen. Like you get to say, there's going to be a dungeon here that has this specific item in it. I know that for a fact.
Oh yeah, and yeah, the Rick and Morty. I forget what it's called, but it's like a very weird save scum thing. It actually ends up getting used the exact same way, because like the premise of the episode is Rick makes Morty like an item that lets him save scum. Like every time he dies, he just like goes back in time to like a save point that he set previously. But then he ends up just using it to do stuff like going to a restaurant and like eating a bunch of good food and then just like shooting himself instead of paying the bill.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I guess I don't think there's any reason not to spoil it. I don't think anyone's going to care about Rick and Morty spoilers. But what was actually happening, and it turned out, was every time he used it, the device was searching for a parallel universe, which was basically about the same, but just the events that Morty was undoing hadn't happened yet. And then it killed the Morty in that universe and then replaced it with him.
Yeah, right.
And the point. Oh wait, the point was basically more or less a prank, I guess. Like Rick eventually like told him there was a way out of it, where he would just like merge all of the realities together, where everything that Morty did actually happened and no one died. And so he does that, and then like a ton of people are mad at him. And then the punchline is the episode started because Morty was making fun of Rick's plan to fake his death in a giant vat of acid, because that sounds really stupid. And Rick was just engineering a situation where the only way Morty could like get out of his dilemma was to fake his death in a giant vat of acid. Yeah, this is the stream where we explain fucking Rick and Morty to people. A portal gift would actually be kind of interesting, though. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, I think that was one of the ones you pitched for a gift, and I think we just ended up didn't going for it because it's very similar to how haste rituals work now.
Yeah.
Haste and slow were the two tome tags from goddesses that like either you speed up your ally or you slow down an enemy, and
yeah.
They don't have the most combat advantage, so I wanted to give them quite good rituals that you could use.
Oh, I was actually I've been writing another light novel that has characters that could work in this game. Now, come to think of it, it's really annoying. I was gonna write it for a light novel contest, and I got about 10,000 words in before I found out that an anime just came out with a very similar premise that I didn't notice. And now I can't submit this to the contest because people will think I'm ripping that off, and I'm not. I had this idea like years ago. Suck my dick. But anyway, the premise is basically fantasy setting where like a lich dies and swears revenge on the hero that does it, but he isn't able to come back until like 500 years later, and the internet exists now. And then the only way he can like get close to defeating the hero is by defeating the descendant. And the hero's descendant is not like a powerful warrior, but like the greatest fighting game player in the world. And he's like, oh, I guess I'm learning video games now. And that apart from that, I didn't hear about Demon whatever before this. This is an idea I had like fucking 5 years ago. I just never got around to it. I have receipts where I told people about it. I swear to God. I'm getting way too hung up on this, I'm sorry. But apart from that, like his main two things were that he could basically teleport, and that he invented a lot of the magic tech that people use for granted these days.
Yeah,
So
of
like
course.
at one point he just like casually goes to his base on Jupiter, and everyone's like, "What the fuck are you doing up there?" And he's like, "I don't need to breathe. I'm a lich. I can go wherever I want. I can go to space right now. Watch." Whee. Oh man, could you? Can I make this game go to space? Come to think of it, I've been playing a lot of Spelljammer recently.
Yeah, of course. I see
Serial
that.
space.
Well, they do have the Space Captain Isekai that is coming out next season, I think it is.
Hmm.
It's like,
I don't know.
it's pretty much one of the only ones of its kind. Very few other ones are doing
Yeah.
space opera stuff.
Yeah. Basically, I put that light novel aside for now. I'm working on V Killer instead. And then, I swear to God, if someone makes like an anime about a killer VTuber, I am going to shit. I will be so mad. I will shit miles of Rage Snake. I
Mm.
will tear my clothes off and jump into a lake.
Circular fantasy generic city on the moon. That's fun. It's, it's the only place that there are rivers on the moon.
Oh, wait, hold on. Living weapon. I am the moon.
Okay, really stretching the definition there.
Yeah, how am I wielded is the question. Is there like some kind of gravity gun, like a big magnet maybe?
Oh, you think someone's swinging you around with some sort of manipulator?
But yeah, I'm the moon from Majora's Mask, and I make one attack and destroy Saria, and that's the game done. You don't seem excited about this idea.
I don't think it's gonna work. I'm sorry. I usually try and be a yes and GM, but in this instance,
Yeah, maybe not the whole moon.
hey, yeah,
There's a lot of stuff you could do with the moon, though.
the moonstone tag is right there for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you don't want the game to go to space, though. Rip.
No.
All right. Is there anything else that we need to work out about my character? Anything else you want to ask me or talk about?
No, I'm very happy with what we've got here, and looking forward to playing this game with yourself, Cithrin, and Araxis tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just trying to think if there's. I swear to God, as soon as we finish this, I'm gonna be like, man, I should have said that. But no.
Isekai'd via UFO. That's fun as well.
Yeah, just like fucking get abducted and like dragged off somewhere.
Lornrith has just been an alien this entire time.
Did you ever watch the Adult Swim series, Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell?
No, I'm not familiar with it.
Oh, it's just about a bunch of demons in hell, basically. But there's an episode where like an alien gets sent to hell because they died on Earth, and if you die on Earth and you don't believe in Jesus, you get the hook. And
Casa.
then at the
Sorry, go ahead. Finish your.
Yeah, basically at the end of the episode, like the aliens' buddies just show up in a UFO, like they just come into hell, and abduct him with a giant tractor beam and like blow everything up and run off. I'm just picturing that now, like alien just picks someone up from Earth and then like somehow flies to Syria, and dumps them.
Yeah, Casa, Human Zoo, but they based it on fantasy anime. You should have a look at Decadence because that is the exact pitch for that show. that one is wild.
What's this called? How do you spell it?
It's DECA hyphen DENCE. Everyone that lives in this like Attack on Titan style dystopian fantasy world where they're the final city in this world that's been otherwise completely taken over by kaiju and monsters and everything like that. And then, like a couple episodes in, we learned that there are aliens in space who are like spectating and like watching this for entertainment, and they're the ones who keep growing all of these kaiju monsters and dropping them down onto the planet.
That is weird. I like it.
It's good. It's a good watch. I like it a lot.
All right, I'm gonna check this out. Okay, yeah, I think that is basically it then. I don't know how you want to. I don't know what you want to do from here.
Yeah, no, I'm cool to wrap this up. Thank you very much for joining me for this.
Right. And I didn't feel like I should do a sign off because we're gonna be back again tomorrow. So what's the point?
Yes, we will
So
be.
I don't know. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, you will. See you
And I
then.
swear to God, that idea I had, it was mine. I didn't steal it from some fucking cyberpunk anime. It was my idea. I had
It's
it.
alright. The evidence is on stream now. This is admissible in court. You can pull this up.
And in 2 years, when I submit that idea to the next contest, I'm gonna like send a clip of this. Immediately rejected. Anyway.
Cool. Yes, thank you to all the viewers who have joined us. We will sign off, but we'll see you all tomorrow.
Yeah. Bye.